Alright, we are back. It's time for the Stamina Sorcerer build. So, if you've watched any of my videos before, specifically the StamSorc, you'll probably notice this is a very similar build. Pretty much all the same stuff with just a few ability differences. So first things first, we're going to go into the Mundus, which you're going to be wanting to run for Thief for the Mundus Stone. Then for gear and whatnot, you're going to have double daggers for the front bar. You want Pillar of Nirn for your Nirn honed main hand, and then your offhand you want it charged with a flame glyph. So poison glyph and flame glyph, Nirn honed and charged. The reason for that is you get a little bit more damage having Nirn honed on the main hand than you do on the offhand for some reason. It's not a huge difference, but it's enough to matter. And then Nirn honed and charged just for the Nirn honed for the damage output, charge to help get that flame glyph going more often. Just a little bit extra damage with those two glyphs. Then the back bar, you're going to want to run a two-handed greatsword. We're doing Pillar of Nirn for the back bar proc. So we're actually going to have Pillar of Nirn 5-piece on the back bar, but we're only going to have the 4-piece on the front bar. As you can see right there, it's only got a 4 for the pillar, but the Reliquin has all 5 pieces on the front bar. So we're also, for the body, then we're going to have Storm Fist monster set in medium divines, and then we're going to have a Reliquin for 4 of the body pieces. Now you notice we're only having 4, not 5, because we got the Harpooner's Waiting killed on also. So this is making it so that we actually have a 4-piece of pillar and a 5-piece of Reliquin on the front bar because of the double daggers. Then for the jewelry, we're going to run Bloodthirsty in all 3 with Pillar of Nirn and weapon glyphs on those. Alright, for champion points, we're going to go into the blue tree. We're going to have Exploiter, Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, and Wrathful Strikes. So same as pretty much any damage these days. Skill-wise, we're using Rapid Strikes. It's the Flurry Morph from the two-hand, or dual wield, skill line. Then you got your Bound Armaments. That's from the Daedric Summoning. This is only slotted just because while slotted, your max stam is increased by 8%. Just using it as a passive buff, not something that I actually cast in combat. Although you can fiddle around with it if you like. You may end up getting more damage out of it than I have, but I generally just use that as a buff. I have tried fiddling with it, but with my rotations I've ended up getting higher without casting the dagger ability from the Bound Armaments. Then we got your Daedric Prey that you're going to cast twice every front bar. It's also your Daedric Summoning skill line. You got your Camouflaged Hunter, that's from the Fighters Guild. Now, this I'm mostly just using for the little extra weapon damage you get, because while a Fighters Guild ability is slotted, the passives in the Fighters Guild give you 3% more damage output just by having one ability slotted. So since I have this Camouflaged Hunter here and the Flawless Dawnbreaker on the ultimate slot, I have a 6% increased damage. So, and you're not going to cast that Dawnbreaker very often, only when you have an enemy close to dead and you don't have enough to cast your back bar ult. But you're also going to have your Volatile Familiar. You're going to have that on both bars, just to keep it up. And on the back bar, your ult's going to be the Greater Storm Atronach. That's going to be your main cast ulti. Then I've also got my Dark Deal. That's just there to help with resource management when you're doing a lot of running around for like 4-man content or open world type stuff. It's just nice to get your stam back before you get into encounters after you ran for a bit. So then you got these 3 abilities, which are basically the exact same rotation as on the StamSorc. You're going to do back bar, light attack Stampede, light attack Hurricane, light attack Barb Trap, and then just swap back to your front bar, light Daedric Prey, and then just spam your Rapid Strikes until it's time to cast another Daedric Prey and go back to your back bar and whatnot again. But that's the ability setup for the StamSorc, and now I'm just going to do a real quick test. So, food. So for food and potions, you're going to use the Alliance Battle Drought, which is basically the same as the Essence of Weapon Power Potion. Exact same stats, just these are cheaper. You can get them with Alliance points. But you get your Major Brutality, Major Savagery from here. And then for food, you're going to run Parse Food, Lava Foot. You can also run the Dubious if you'd like, if you need a little bit more health for some content. But I haven't really run into anything other than, maybe like a hard mode or something where you're going to need that extra health. But you may notice you also get the Major Savagery from here. You also get the Minor Berserk from your Camo Hunter. Minor Berserk is when you crit from the flank on an enemy, so we're actually going to be behind the dummy here when we test on it. But that's the build. Now I'm just going to show you the rotation on a dummy hump so you can kind of see where the damage output is. 100k even is the best I've hit with this build so far. So I probably won't hit it on this test right here, but I'll try to get it up there so you can at least see that it can. So first I'm going to start out by hitting my potion. I like to let it drain through about half to 2/3 of the way, so I get my potion back a little bit quicker once I start the rotation itself. Just kind of wait for that, and then I'll go into it. Alright. I'm going to get the pre-dot going and begin. The trick is to make sure you don't miss any of the light attacks or accidentally cancel out some of the damage that you're trying to do by button mashing too fast. I've already missed several light attacks. That's probably going to lower my number a bit. Since I don't have an execute, we're just going to be doing this same rotation the whole way in. Alright, 3 minutes and 29 seconds. That's just over 100k. So even with a few mess ups, that that wasn't too bad actually. I was just about the hype. Don't go back in there, pet. So another little tidbit if you didn't know. So see how the pet's following me even though I'm in combat? If you click down on your 2 analog sticks and hit your left trigger, it'll call your pet to you and it'll put him out of combat permanently. You can still cast abilities, but he'll stay right next to you. Click down on both the analogs and right trigger, and you can have him attack like so. You can even have him attack things you're not in combat yet. If I come over here onto the 3 mil guy, check this out. Boom. There he goes. And you can kind of control your pet with click down on the analogs and then the triggers. But yeah, not bad right there. Nice little 100k, little over 100k. So that's the StamSorc, that's the rotation and the build information. I hope that was helpful to you guys, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the comments section on the YouTube video. Or try to find me in game on Xbox NA, Lord Destro OG. I'm happy to answer any questions and try to help people with anything they need. I'll see you guys again next time, and have